I love coming into my studio. I absolutely love it. I think for me, materiality is very important. So to have the materials out, to be able to look at them, to understand what might go with what, it's a real luxury. I suppose it's a three-dimensional mood board, actually. I became an artist very slowly, although I also believe I always was one. I think I never believed that I could be one. I'm adopted, and my parents are both very creative, actually, but not with an idea that it's art. My father was a good maker, he was a design engineer. My brother's a good maker. So I think I've turned into my dad in his shed, basically. Pootling around making stuff makes me very happy. I lived by the sea when I was a child. I also fished. The hull pieces came about when I was in a market and there was a hull sitting flat, and it to me looked like an African mask. So I bought it, and it sat in my studio for 2 years. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and I bought some fishing floats for another piece of work, and I put them next to this hull. It was a eureka moment. I absolutely knew it was going to work, and I knew that it was powerful. It was powerful to me, and therefore it must be powerful to other people. Thinking about immigration, thinking about transportation of slaves, modern day slavery and old time slavery, I think for me that was all there. I've made up this jig, attached all the fishing floats, then I've poured ammonia into the bottom and put the lid on very quickly, and I leave it by the light and hopefully a bit of warmth, and usually in a day I'll get a verdigris. There's something grub-like about them, most definitely, but also sort of like quite weapon-like, quite bullet-like. It makes me sort of think of barnacles and stuff that's under the sea, because of course this is the section that you would never see on a boat. So it's almost like I'm revealing something that has attached itself. Something organic almost, yeah? Dynamo Woman comes from my desire to make abstract female figures. I'm trying to create images that are forceful, that suggest power and energy. When you think of the number of male sculptors that are in the world, I'm just trying to put the balance right. My first sculptures were these women, which is a series of 21 women in the marketplace. They're gossiping, they're trading, they're taking information here and there. They have an energy about them, but at the same time, they're pretty static. The next sculpture that came after that was Superhero Cogwoman. She represents women in industry. There's another suggestion of movement now. Superhero Cogwomen are getting a little bit of action. They're ready to spin off into the world to do good deeds. And then you get Dynamo Woman, who really is on fire. She's a reminder of the powers of the forces of nature, and tornadoes and cyclones can take that form. But I fancy her by the sea as a protector of the ocean and a protector for those in peril. But if she was unleashed, Dynamo Woman would cause absolute havoc. I have the privilege of my hobby becoming my career. I brought all the skills that I've learnt in my adult life to things that have massive resonance from my childhood. All those things are very rich, and they bring me to where I am now.